We stay inside failing systems surprisingly long. A company watches decline and still refuses to pivot. A person repeats routines already damaging their health. The problem is visible. The solution is visible. Yet staying still feels safer. Not because the system works, because it is familiar. The mind misprices change. Familiar pain feels manageable. Unfamiliar action feels dangerous. So the slow cost of stagnation gets ignored. The immediate discomfort of movement gets amplified. This is why collapse is often predictable long before it arrives. The issue is not motivation, it is distorted cost perception. This is where most people freeze. But at Solver Studio, we go to our toolkit, the Solvers 6. The tool for this problem is contrast analysis. Contrast analysis compares two futures directly, the future created by staying still and the future created by action. This removes vague emotional fog. The goal is simple: correct the bias toward familiarity. The tool does not force a decision, it clarifies the real cost of both paths. First, define the future of stasis. Project the current path forward. What compounds if nothing changes? For a business, it may be shrinking relevance. For a person, worsening health, anxiety, or dependence. Most people only experience today's comfort. This step exposes tomorrow's accumulation. Next, define the future of action. What does change actually require? Time, money, disruption, discomfort. Describe the difficulty clearly, not the inspirational outcome, the real operational cost. That turns change from abstract fear into a measurable project. Now, compare the two futures directly. This is where perception shifts. The cost of transformation is usually temporary. The cost of stagnation compounds indefinitely. Standing still only feels safe because the damage arrives slowly. The real decision is rarely safety versus risk. It is controlled difficulty versus slow collapse. Contrast analysis breaks inertia through structural comparison. Define the cost of stasis. Define the cost of action. Compare both honestly. Clarity appears when delayed consequences become visible. The tool is contrast analysis. The outcome is decision. This pattern appears constantly in unhealthy routines. Someone knows change is necessary, but beginning feels overwhelming, so they delay. Contrast analysis forces the comparison onto paper. Years of decline versus a few difficult hours each week. Once both costs become visible, the old routine stops looking safe. Resistance to change is usually not weakness, it is distorted perception. We underestimate the price of staying still, we exaggerate the pain of movement. Clarity begins when both are measured honestly. Once stagnation becomes visible, action becomes logical.